This is TWiT.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to TWiT, your tech hub for intelligent, thoughtful conversations. If you want to take your experience to the next level and support what we do here at TWiT, say goodbye to ads and say hello to Club TWiT. With Club TWiT, you unlock all our shows ad-free. You also get exclusive members-only content. We do a lot of great programming just for the club members. You also get behind-the-scenes access with our TWiT Plus bonus feed and live video streams while we're recording. And don't forget the fantastic members-only Discord. It's where passionate tech fans like you and me hang out, swap ideas, and connect directly with all of our hosts. It's my favorite social network. I think you'll like it too. Club TWiT. It's not just a subscription. It's how you support what we do and become part of the TWiT family. Your membership directly supports the network, helping us stay independent and keep making the shows you love. If you're ready to upgrade your tech podcast experience, head to twit.tv/clubtwit and join us today. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the club.
That is so weird. I had to do 2 restarts of Discord to get that to work. I tell you what. All right. Hello. We'll try that again. Hello. Welcome to Crafting Corner. I hope you're all cozy. I hope you're all comfortable. I hope you're wearing clothes that make you happy. Today, I'm wearing a bandana I just got from a local store that sells curiosities. It is an Icelandic artist, and not the store, the artwork on the bandana. And the place sells like insects, stones. They have a bunch of animal mounts that they've collected over time. There's a tortoise in there that's $12,000 something. I said, wouldn't it be the most incredible thing to walk in and say, yeah, I'll take the tortoise. And you just hand over $12K and you walk out with a, what is that name of that? What is that called? The process of like, yeah, of stuffing the animals, but not stuffing. Anyway, they are, yes, taxidermied animals. They are taxidermied animals. And some of them are sort of done up. So there's a skunk skeleton, died of natural causes, one hopes, that is wearing a dress. So it's this little spooky skunk lady. Anyway, very weird store, but cool bandana. This is Crafting Corner. We gather together once a month and we make things together. I'm seeing that today we have someone's working on a 1950s dress, perhaps for a skunk skeleton, who can say, as well as a gluten-free cobbler, apricot, blueberry, strawberry, and peach, as well as a Lego pal who is working on one I am incredibly jealous of, Japanese maple tree, done in arguably a bonsai style, but that could just be because it's small. And so yes, welcome. As I always remind you, if you have, a 55% ABV beer. Anyway, if you have a craft that you're working on that you want to share with all of us, be sure to do so in the chat. And I suppose I should show you, because we did finish last time, the succulents and carnivorous plants, and I think the third category was something like tropical plants. So what are we working on next? Well, I decided for now I want to stay with Lego, although I have an idea for something we might be doing next. And so it's quite possible we could end up pivoting away from the Lego that we're working on now and moving to the other project. But for today, we will be working on something Lego, something very similar to what Timothy is working on, I have a project that some of you have probably completed before. Oh, LEGO Bonsai. So this is also part of the Botanical Collection. The Bonsai Tree comes with this beautiful wood-style base, the black sort of ceramic tray, little bits of soil or stone, and the green or pink branches. And I've had this for a while. I've been wanting to build it for inclusion in my area behind me. And so it's time to make that happen. Now, Timothy used 2 sets to be able to increase the size of the branches and made something quite spectacular with that. So I'll show you all. Da-da-da! Quite pretty and involved. All right. The leaves are frogs. Yes, indeed. The pink ones are frogs. All right, so these days, LEGO tries to make it simple. So you've got thumb spots. Stick your thumb in. Burke, how old is your nephew? There's bag 5. Light's a little bright, huh? High school. Yes. Ooh, it's cobbling time. What are we working with there ice cream wise? Classic vanilla ice cream, Dustin? Or is that an, what is it called? Now I can't think of what it's called. Like a clotted cream, but that's not the name. Not entremet. Why can't I think of it? Yeah, a custard. Is it a custard? Beautiful. Let's see. Cause Brick says, this is what I'm working, my biggest print yet, and this is just one color. Other colors are purple and black. Do you think we can guess what it is for this 3D print, everyone? I'll share it here, and we'll try to figure out what it is. Is it is it looking like a dump truck toy? Let me see. Interesting. See, that one specifically reminds me of a dump truck. Lots of pieces. Now, are you specifically, I don't know if it's KOZ Bricks or Cos Bricks, are you specifically choosing the arrangement here on the build plates, or did you let I think if this is Bamboo Studio or Orca Slicer, I'm not sure, or did you let it auto sort? because I find it interesting how they're arranged in some cases and where they're placed. I suppose that seems like it's the same thing. And by that I mean how they're positioned and then on which build plate they're placed. This one, for example, seems crowded versus the one to the far left. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, nice. They're switching to paper from plastic, which is fantastic. So single-use plastic to paper-based packaging. Wonder if we ever decided to use plastic in the first place. Is it cheaper than paper? Probably cheaper than paper. The art of the bonsai. The art of growing miniature trees in decorative pots originated in China over 2,000 years ago. This LEGO variety is much more modern, but the process and outcome is the same. You assemble, plant, and prune your LEGO bonsai, then watch as it grows into a beautiful creation you can be proud of for yourself and share with others. Enjoy. Okay, I have to say, as a person who has participated in the art of bonsai, I would argue they're not the same at all, but fine. Growing up in New Zealand, LEGO designer Nicholas Voss always loved trees and plants, but admits to being pretty bad at looking after them. Luckily, he's much better at creating beautiful horticulture from LEGO elements. His first LEGO bonsai tree was created as part of his work with the LEGO Ninjago series, and since then, he's become the bonsai specialist within the LEGO design team. And you can see quite a few whoops of his creations there. I'm particularly curious about that one there, above his head. Yeah, the part and two, the pruning, is it... Do they have you decide how many leaves you put on it? It says, one tree, two varieties. The biggest challenge for Nico, I guess that's Nicholas's nickname, was deciding which two-leaf variations to include for you to build. The first variety is the more traditional bonsai tree, where the foliage ranges from bright to dark green, with the juvenile buds being darker in color. The second tree is inspired by a Japanese cherry tree and is much more colorful with striking light purple blossoms. Both options are full of character and capture the wonder and beauty of a real bonsai. It says LEGO bonsai trees are surprisingly robust and thrive in indoor environments. Be sure to dust occasionally and your bonsai tree will continue to remain healthy and beautiful for many years to come. Ha 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 ha. The LEGO Group is working to build a more sustainable future for children. Currently, more than 80 LEGO elements, including trees, leaves, and bushes, are made from a plant-based plastic. Is it PLA? Produced using sustainably sourced sugarcane, plants from plants. These elements represent the first step of a bigger mission to make LEGO bricks from sustainable sources by 2030. All right, so bag 1, 2, and 3 are going to be responsible for creating the pot, the soil, and the trunk. So we'll collect those. First. Yeah, I'm quite fond of the green, personally. But green is my favorite color, so, you know. A surprise to absolutely no one, I would choose the green. I do have green PLA. I just made my significant other likes Shrek, sort of ironically, but also non-ironically. So I made a little Shrek figurine, was the first thing I made with the green. So we start with a nice graham cracker. It wants us to place these gray pieces on the corner here. So that way we can fasten 2 graham crackers together like so. This reminds me of watching one of those or looking at one of those little 4-step illustrations, and on the 3rd step everything's still just shapes, and then the 4th step is a beautifully shaded creation. It just says, now do this. So I'm supposed to take this and make it this. Okay. Luckily it ends up being that they're all very similar. Well, they are all the same piece, so it's not as difficult as it looks, but certainly when you just are glancing at it, you're going, how am I supposed to do that? Yeah, I saw the buff Shrek, Paul. I thought, that's a terribly rendered Shrek. Some would argue that the Shrek in the movie is a terribly rendered Shrek. Not I, for I speak no controversy. Do you like jazz? Now we're taking 4 of these small 3 pieces and placing those to kind of lock things in. Aww. I have looked up I didn't remember it being called that, but I guess that is sort of the name for it. But I've certainly looked at people sort of doing alternate builds of stuff. I mean, it's just so creative. Is anyone watching Alien Earth? Don't worry. I will keep things spoiler free. I'm just curious if anyone's watching it. I will say, as a person who... Now listen, I'm going to say something, and some of you may think that it's clever and funny to then start posting the thing I'm talking about in the chat. I would ask you not to do that. This is a very cozy, calm, wonderful zone. Some of you probably think I'm going to be like, well, there's a creepy monster in it. No. What I'm going to say is this. As a person who utterly, absolutely, unendingly despises feet, I will say there are far too many instances of feet in Alien Earth. Aside from the feet that keep showing up in Alien Earth, I am very much enjoying this show. I just watched the season 1, episode 3 last night. Yeah, that's Dr. Drew. Always what I'm asking. Anytime I see a foot in a show, I'm going, where's Quentin Tarantino? He's got to have something to do with this. If you were looking for an antonym of Quentin Tarantino, you would see me. Yeah, I thought about doing that fridge magnet, Paul. So for people listening, not seeing the live chat, there's this fridge magnet that looks like Shrek has sort of been thrown at a fridge and thwacked onto it. So you see his backside, but for some reason he's nude. And so it's just this large green rump as part of it. And it's a pretty funny magnet. It has legs that kind of are freeform, so they move. So as you open and close the fridge, they move, which is sort of the idea. It's as if every time you close the fridge, Shrek is hitting the fridge or opening it, I guess is the case. I kind of like his bohemian clothing. I would wear those pants. I would just have socks on beneath those pants, and the socks would be equally colorful and full of threads. Joe, I cannot. You are so talented. It's ridiculous. The greens that you worked into those ocean waves are just blowing my mind, friend. You should be happy with the colors. It looks like it's fresh from a Brandon Sanderson novel. Let me share. So those are sort of the colors that I see when I'm reading Sanderson. In particular, when I think of some of the, like the cognitive realm, or not the cognitive realm. Roshar, not the cognitive realm. Wow. Just beautiful. Yeah, it is definitely a time to get inside moment. Burke says that the guy that I'm talking about with the feet dresses like a Chilean cowboy. Well, if that's what it means to dress like a Chilean cowboy, again, with socks, then I guess that's what I'm going to tell my wardrobe stylist that I definitely have. I just think it's bohemian. and sort of natural fibers in a world of synthetic fibers, is sort of the vibe that I get. It's probably made of cotton. Oh my God, Joe. That would be awesome. Something green with a lot of coniferous trees. If you could somehow do like coniferous trees, sort of, I guess it would be a Northern California coastal area. So it's beach right next to, coniferous trees would be mind-blowing, because it's my favorite thing and Sebastian's favorite thing. Definitely better than carnivorous trees. Absolutely. Conifers, not carnivores, please. Yeah, there are lots of sort of high cliff areas in Northern California up past... what's that beach, Burke, that's, I think north of Petaluma. It might actually be just out west of Petaluma. But it's the one that a lot of people go to. That's not the one. I'm thinking of like something Bay. Why can't I think of it? It's not coming to me. Not Half Moon Bay, because it's more north than that. Bodega Bay. Bodega Bay. Yes. Thank you. Very cliffy. You've got lots of coniferous, not carnivorous trees. And so it's like beach, cliff, beautiful green trees. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Anyway, we were talking about Alien Earth. I think, Burke, you might be the only one who said yes, that you're watching it. From here, I mean. I know, I saw that, I heard that Steve Gibson was watching it, and that he was enjoying it, but his significant other was feeling a little bored. And I will say, I was a little perplexed by the idea of being bored, as it does feel like things are constantly happening. But, as they say, to each their own. Far be it from me to question. I'm still thinking of the monumental task it must be to be a late night talk show television host, attempting to bring personality, but not too much personality to outshine others, to a tech announcement, which was the job of Jimmy Fallon today at the Made by Google event. Wow, Dr. Drew. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a fan of him at all. I don't know that anyone could do that well if you aren't techie, because you don't know, and for it to be as live and off the cuff as it was, I mean, because you don't know how to, when the beats should come, how they should come, based on what needs to be said and when it needs to be said before it makes sense to throw in a little joke or a little haha. And so I just think it's incredibly difficult. And I think it was a mistake to do it in the first place. But I'm sure he got a lot of money for it, so I agree. I liked, Rick Osterloh was easy to like. He came out, he was kind and engaged and engaging. And so, give him a few tips if he's got some time, and let him do it. This was just way overpacked. And for me, the most difficult thing to watch was the segment with the marketing professional, because you could feel so many times when Jimmy and her kept bumping up against each other's delivery. And then you would feel and see Jimmy kind of take a step back and listen, but then kind of be disengaged in an attempt to let things flow better. And then you would see the marketing professional sort of looking for Jimmy to jump back in. And it was just all written onto their faces and bodies so much. It was their body language was screaming at me, at least. And I thought, oh no, somebody get them a life preserver. Throw them a life preserver. Piper, throw them a life preserver. If you've not seen the most recent season of The White Lotus, you probably think something just went terribly wrong. Yeah, and Sundar Pichai not making an appearance was a little weird. Dustin says, the cynic in me thinks Google hires more celebrities when their updates for the year are weakest. A sort of look over there situation. Now I want someone to make a graph. It's kind of difficult to see, but there's this nice slope now. Timothy, in my long history of building Lego, I have never had one not be in the box. That's really frustrating. I'm sorry to hear that. Frustrating. Have you ever broken a Lego? That's another thing that's difficult to do. Does Sundar read you bedtime stories, Burke? Great. I say I've never had that happen. And then it's going to happen, isn't it? There's a foist for everything. Wow. Now that's a rarity. Paul says, I've never owned Lego. I've played with them a little in passing at a friend's house as a kid, but never owned Lego. My younger brother had Diplo or whatever they were called. Sorry, that laugh was probably loud for the chill vibe of this, but hearing that is really funny because I think of the artist Diplo and it makes me laugh. Diplo or whatever they're called. I had Playmobil as well. And I remember having one or a couple that got mixed in with the rest, and I would always find them and then cast them aside sort of dramatically when I came across them. I said, who put this in here? How could you? Why would you? Little rubber feet that will make it stop sliding too much. Time for bag 2. Duplo is so toddlers don't choke. Hey. Duplo is so anyone doesn't choke. An adult can choke on a Lego. Not that I want that for any of you. Mega Blocks. I agree. Nothing so satisfying and also terrifying as opening a bag of small Lego. Portland just had its annual adult derby, like soapbox derby event at Mount Tabor, which is a nearby park. And for those of you who don't have the full TWiT lore, one of the editors at TWiT is a huge fan of sharks and also the Jaws series. And there was a shark derby cart, I don't know what to call it, derby car, at the event, and I saw it immediately and thought, oh, I wish it, it flew by. I wish I'd captured that, so I could share it with our editor. But it had a big old fin on the top. It's pretty cool. There was also a Dr. Seuss or Dr. Seuss themed derby cart. The person was dressed, the people in that were dressed as thing 1 and thing 2. That is so funny, Dustin. Tag yourself. I'm the guy in the green with the big hair. Joe says, I'm the guy in the green with a little hair. Burke, I think you might be the one on the far left. Are you able to hear that? Do you hear that rumbling? It looks like a little turret. Come on, focus up. There you go. I love this color blue. So silly. So what's everybody else watching? Are you TV movie watchers? I saw Weapons in theaters. Supremely disappointed. The Great British Sewing Bee. That's wonderful. Yeah, Dr. Drew, I am very much enjoying Foundation. Love that, Paul. Oh, Burke. Okay, Burke. I'm trying to think of how to ask this. I'm trying to think of what to ask you to try to figure out why you felt it was amazing. I wanted more from it. I wanted it to be more. It didn't. I want a spooky, scary thing. And it was not spooky scary, it was goofy woofy, and I was not expecting that. So maybe that's my fault. But I also hated Barbarian. So I honestly didn't know going into that it was made by the person who made Barbarian, and had I known that, I probably wouldn't have gone to watch it. But when I saw the trailer, it looked spooky scary. And then I get there, and that is what I am presented. And so I just really didn't like it. Over the Hedge. We just watched that the other day, Paul. Oh, Burke, you liked Barbarian as well. Ugh. Big Justin Long fan, but not a Barbarian fan. I just find those, I don't. Perhaps here's what I'm going to ask you both. I'm going to ask you this. Looking at the long history of horror films, tell me, to what would you compare Weapons and Barbarian? By that I mean, what other classic great horror films out there do you compare those to? Or do you feel like it's its own thing? Because here's how I feel about it. I love the Scream franchise because of the meta part of the Scream franchise. Leaning into that is what makes it work for me, because it is clever in its humor for me. I don't like I Know What You Did Last Summer because it is not meta and takes itself seriously and trying not to take itself seriously, and I don't have time for that. So I'm curious. Oh, I love Ferngully, Paul. Yeah, no, and I know it's not a slasher. Like the reason I'm talking about that is because I'm thinking of other things that sort of have comedic bits in them and have a sort of doesn't take itself too seriously mentality for a horror film. And that's the last one I could think of. Have you all seen the trailer for, I think it's called Good Boy? That's a film that there's no way I could watch, but it is from the perspective of a dog. And the idea is, if you've ever seen, as I have, your dog sort of looking off into a corner of your house and barking or just staring for a while, or looking up your stairs and staring, and then you look up and there's nothing there. It's sort of a riff on that. What is the dog actually seeing? I can't watch it because I'm sure at the very least the dog probably gets scared a couple times, and that's enough for me to not be able to watch it. But yeah, it looked chilling, I will say that. Oh, good. I'm glad, Timothy, that the piece was still there. You said Eyes of Fire, Joe? I don't recognize that as... anything that I've heard of. Are you going deep cut, or is that something that like a lot of people will have seen? I will say, so Burke, let me also kind of clarify a little bit. If I had gone into it knowing that I would spend some of the time laughing and some of the time kind of finding it silly and ridiculous, I may have come away with a different impression. But yeah, I genuinely thought it was going to be an unnerving have me on the edge of my seat, kind of freaking out sort of film. And so when it wasn't that, I was disappointed. So yeah, I think it was just a missed expectation for me. I guess that doesn't make it a bad film. So I take back, if I said it was a bad film, I don't remember exactly what I said. I think I said I don't like it. I thought it was bad. So I don't think it was bad. I think it was not at all what I was expecting or hoping it was going to be. And I could imagine something with that plot, for the most part, that ended up being more chilling and spooky and less what it was. And I also thought it was trying to make a bunch of comments on... It was trying to make a bunch of social commentary and never actually doing it. It would come like this close and then miss the mark because it would switch to a different plot and a different story. And there's the one story of the two men, is all I'll say. And that I felt never got a good resolution. And that was one bit of social commentary. And then there's the one story of the two adults and the kid. And I don't feel like that ever had a good wrap up on the commentary that was trying to be made there. So yeah, I just found it deeply unsatisfying. That's what it is. Save for the retribution that took place. Again, I'm trying to be vague. There's a moment of some sort of retribution that takes place. And that was satisfying in the moment, but looking back on it, overall, wholly, WHOLLY, unsatisfied by the film. Would I watch it again? No. All right, I'm gonna have to check out Suspiria then. I do like, I like jumping around. I'm not talking about the lack of resolution on the stories. It's not the lack of resolution on the stories of the individuals. There's not the lack of resolution on like each person's timeline, because I love that. I love a restarted timeline. I think that's delightful because you get to see so many different perspectives. It was that you could feel the director and creator trying to be a bit of an auteur and making social commentary about protecting children, being aware of how systems let people down, about trust within family, about elder care, about all these things. But it was like, it's like the director just pulled out a whiteboard and wrote down elder care, familial dynamics, broken legal system, protect our kids, and then walked out of the room and never actually said anything about them. That's what I didn't like. Ooh, the Blair Witch Project being deeply unsatisfying. Interesting. Dr. Drew, I'm sorry, are you making an argument for The Room right now? Like, Lisa, you're tearing me apart. Or is it, you're tearing me apart, Lisa? That Room? Oh, okay. Because I thought, surely that's a bit. I am, okay, so Suspiria, let me see. I gotta look that up before I forget. Let me open up my Apple TV and add it. SUSP. Is it in the English language? Or is it a foreign film? Oh, it's got wait, I'm sorry. All you needed to say was Tilda Swinton was in it, and I would have been watching it 70 years ago. Because I would turn back time and time travel to watch anything with Tilda Swinton in it. Oh, that's the remake. Oh, sorry. Well, it's Tilda Swinton, so... let me add that one, and then I will add the original as well, and I'll watch the original first, even though it doesn't have Tilda Swinton in it, probably. Oh, I don't see it on here. I wonder where I can find it. Nosferatu. I did like Midsommar. $1977. Are you sure I have to watch the 1977 version first? I have a thing about watching really old films, which is I don't like to. Somebody's going to say, really old? 1977 is not a really old film. Fair. Okay, I'll watch. Oh, actually, it doesn't look half bad. I'll watch it. The original. Where do I... Okay, Tubi. I don't like watching things on Tubi. Can I buy it? I can watch it on the Roku channel, but that's probably going to make me have ads. Can I just buy it somewhere, please? There's the Blu-ray. But I don't have a Blu-ray player. I have a DVD player. I don't have a DVD player. My partner has a DVD player. Prime Video. Oh, no, there's not a Prime Video version. Expired rights. All right, there's the DVD. Friday, August 22nd. Oh, there's a special edition from 2007. All right, I'm buying it. Arriving on Friday. And then I get to watch the Tilda Swinton version. That will be my treat. Although this might be a treat. Anyway. Folks, I look at the time and we have eclipsed the 1 hour mark as we are working on our bonsai tree here. We got the base plate done and began work on the branch. But now I need to go make dinner. And perhaps some of you need to go make dinner or dessert or a late night snack or a morning tea. It's all entirely up to you in the current time that it is where you are. This is why I love Crafting Corner, though, because we can end up spending time talking about films that we love. Because what is film but a craft? Yes, film craft. Look, it's a delight to get to talk to you about the things you're passionate about, the things you enjoy doing, the things that relax you, the things that anger you, like me telling Burke that I did not like weapons. Although one fun thing that I have been doing is suddenly first I move away from my group of friends, and then suddenly coming at my group of friends with my arms in the weapons pose. And it is very frightening for them and hilarious. So at least I got that from weapons. Anyway, everyone, I hope you have a lovely, lovely night. And I hope you do join us to make that, Dr. Drew. That's super cool. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely night, again, morning, evening, whatever it happens to be. And we'll see you next time for another crafting corner. And this is where I would normally say goodbye, but I have to find the place where I turn this off. So we're vamping and we're having a great time. Thank you, Mustache Timothy. Good night.